So this basically is a website that will show you the flights, that is the aeroplanes currently in the airspace. Okay. And again, all the details about that particular aeroplane is gonna be shown to you here on this particular website. Now here is a brilliant example through which you can see the whole 7-step process that happens of Ajax. Now watch this. The page is loaded, we have fetched the data, and we have displayed it on the web page. What is the first phase of Ajax? There's a request, right? That's the request phase. Then there is the response phase, isn't it? In the request phase, what is it? An event occurs in a web page, that is, the page gets loaded or a button is clicked. So here I don't want to click on a button, I want to click on an aeroplane. All right. So that means to say there's an event handler that has been written. I can click on any of the aeroplanes, right? There's an event handler that's been written. Then what do? You create an XHR object. It's created by JavaScript. Where do you typically do it? You do it inside an event handler. Then we send a request to the server. What request? Basically, that aeroplane's request, that means that particular aeroplane that we've clicked, that information is sent to the server. Then the server is going to process that particular request, because which was that aeroplane did the user click on? The server is going to find information of that particular aeroplane that we have clicked. So that means to say it'll talk to the database, fetch that information, and then the server will send a response back to the web page. So that means to say some JSON data comes back to the front end. The response is read by JavaScript. Why? Because you can handle that response that the server has sent back to you. You can parse the data next. And then when you say a proper action like a page update is performed by JavaScript. Now watch this. I will now click on this particular aeroplane. What I get back is I get back the information of that particular aeroplane being displayed to me on my screen. Mind blown, isn't it? So here it tells me that, okay, this is the Air Indigo from Bangalore to Hyderabad, scheduled, what is the actual, what is the distance it has traveled, what aircraft is this, what is the registration number, at what altitude is it flying at, what is the speed at which it is going, what is the current latitude and longitude of that particular flight. All that information is now being displayed to me. Now, do you think, ask yourself, do you think every aeroplane's information is already preloaded on the web page? Yes, no. It's not, right? Because you cannot have all the live data of the particular aeroplane being visible to you on the web page. So what is happening here? This is the exact 7-step process that has happened for you to see this particular thing available on the page. What happens? There's an event, an XSR object is created. We send the object to the server. Server responds. Server receives the request and performs some kind of an operation, processes that request. Server sends a response back. We handle that particular response, and then we take proper action. What do we want? If the user has clicked on an aeroplane, that aeroplane's information is what I want to show to the user, isn't it? Here is an example of Ajax being implemented. How cool is this? Now watch this. Right now you will find this to be just the aeroplanes in and around this southern India. But the moment I keep zooming out, you will start to find all of it like ants. It is like ants on our screen. Oh, wow. So I can take any aircraft and I can get to know more about that particular aircraft. Now, watch this. Remember, we said the data is going to come back to us from the backend to the front end as JSON, isn't it? Now, watch this.